Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. The weather is chilly over here. We've already got our first frost on October 10th and it's time for me to close down the nursery. But I can't just do that. I have to get things ready. There are some things that still need to be done that were supposed to be done earlier in the season. So I want to finish those first and move the plants over to where they're supposed to be. So I got my tags over here because I have to tag some of the plants that I haven't tagged yet. And I have this right here. This is a garden marker. It's UV resistant, is one of my favorite markers. So once that is done, I have all of the annuals that did not get sold and I didn't get a chance to plant them in the ground. Those will be tossed out into probably one of the garden beds. It will provide some good soil and nutrients for the soil anyways, so not a big deal. Once that is done, I'm just gonna clean the area up a little bit and then we will be able to start moving stuff. So this video is probably gonna take several days to film. It is so chilly right now, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, let me put some stuff down first. I'm going to take count of all the plants that still need tags, write them down, write their names down, and write down how many of those I have that still need tags. Then I'm going to go inside in a warm place and write the tags down because it is cold and windy. The wind makes it super cold also. So I'm gonna do that. And then I just need to turn on the water a little bit to water everything because the wind is just drying some stuff up over here. So even though it's getting cold, this is something that I have to pay attention to. I just want to make sure that the plants don't dry out in the weather. So I will show you also how I will be protecting the plants in the winter because I don't have a greenhouse. And if you do have some pots that you have outside in the winter and you want to see how you will be protecting them, I can kind of show you what I'm going to be doing, and maybe that will kind of give you an idea of what you can do to protect your outdoor pots. So let's go ahead and take account of the plants that we have over here that I still didn't tag. We are going to start with this obedient plant over here. I do have on all of these one tag at least, just to let me know what I have in these pots, just in case if I forget what they are. So I already know that this is obedient plant. I'm gonna write over here. Oh, the pen is right here, of course. And then I'm gonna count how many I have over here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because one of them already has a tag. And that's basically it. That's what I'm going to be doing. One of the things that I have to do also is weeding, but I can do that slowly over time. I'm able to weed around 30 of them in 1 hour. I think that's pretty good. Not bad. So I'm gonna get going on this and then we'll move on, hopefully, if I have enough time today, to the next part of this project. I'm just trying to peek through, see if I have any tags in here. It's hard to see on some of these plants because they are so full. Okay, so it looks like I don't have a tag on the Coreopsis. These are all small in this section because I just propagated them this summer, but it looks like they all took, or at least most of them. I have hydrangeas, ajuga, some of the things I didn't propagate in here, like the apricot agastache, but I also have some yarrow over here, Siberian iris, boxwoods. Gotta get going on the counting. Oh. Look at this Veronica bloom. Isn't this gorgeous? I love this one. I need to plant this one in my garden. I need it. So beautiful. Okay, I need to stop getting distracted. Since we're next to the Veronica, let's go ahead and count it. Oh, all of my royal blue Veronica is gone. This is Veronica spicata, or spiked speedwell is another name for it. How many did I say? I forgot how many. All right, time to count them again. 1, 2. These are tagged. I don't believe these are tagged. 6 so far. Do these have tags on them? No. Oh, some of them do. Okay, so 11. I also need to check that area, the grow area, to see if I have any more catmints without tags on them, because I know that I do have a little bit over there, maybe like 3 of them that I left over there. And I have some yarrow over there as well. This is the incredible hydrangea. The patent on it has expired, which means I'm able to propagate it. So if you are growing plants to sell and you propagate a plant that is patented, that's actually illegal. So I have to be very careful on what I'm able to propagate in the future. I would love to, just buy the plugs and grow them. That would be a lot easier than doing this. But I'm just starting out as a business, so it's important for me to save on the cost of production as much as I can. And these are wonderful plants. I love the incredible hydrangea. I have one in one of my front flower beds. It's doing amazing, and it's in second year. So coming next season, I'll be able to sell these. And if I pot them up into bigger pots, then I'll be able to make some more profit on them. So in about a couple seasons, these would be worth more, almost double the price of what they would be the next season. So I wasn't able to propagate a ton of it this season, but next season, because I have now a lot more branches on it, I'll be able to cut it back in this winter and actually do some hardwood propagation on it. This summer I was able to do some softwood propagation. I'm gonna give the list to my daughter, and she can write the tags for me because she wants to earn some money, and anyways, I need to work out here. I have a lot to do. So I'm gonna finish writing all of these and have her do that part for me. This way I can focus on the things that need to be done in this area, because there's a lot that needs to be cleaned out from here. I have a lot of pots and stuff like that that I also need to have storage for. I don't think I'm gonna be working on that today though. I think I'm gonna leave that for another day. But I can work on this section over here, which is all my annuals. Looks like all these onions are already tagged. These are some nodding onions, and they take a long time to get established. We'll see how they do next season if they are ready to be sold. I'm not sure. They might need a couple more seasons to be ready to sell. My daughter wrote all the tags for me. All the plants have their tags on them, and right now what we're going to work on is get that area right there ready so we can move all of these plants over here to this area right there. It's actually been several days since I last talked to you about writing the tags, not placing them. Several things have happened. I also got sick, and finally today I have some time to work on this. So what you see behind me are all the annuals in this row right here. I have definitely overplanted a lot of annuals. This is my first season running this nursery, and with every year you learn something new. This year I have learned that for the customers that I am providing these plants for, they don't necessarily want the annuals. Most people that are coming here really want perennials. I think if I was in a different situation, then the annuals would sell, but for now I need to focus on the perennials. So do I have a lot of annual losses? Yes, but in the big scheme of things, this was not so much of a loss, but it was more of a learning experience, because the cost of things kind of get distributed over many things, and ultimately you want to price things so that you can make profit, especially in case of, things like this happen. So the pots are reusable, of course, so I will be able to empty all of these. We're going to take them and dump them in a place, and it's going to make the soil better, because the stuff I'm using to fill the pots with is a very good soil mixture to my benefit. And hopefully the seeds from these annuals are going to drop in the area where I'm going to be placing them, and they're going to grow next season and just make that area beautiful without that much effort from me. So overall, it was a very good learning experience. I'm not, mad about it or anything like that. I have also put my seed order in. I'm waiting on it Yes, I'm waiting on it to come. I did another order earlier in the season, and that was for like vegetables and such, and that has come a long time ago. But the planting time is not going to start until earlier in the winter, probably right after Christmas for me, just because I'm going to be planting perennials, and these perennials need to grow and mature for people before they're able to purchase them. I do get a lot of people that buy these small perennials, like 3 inchers and 4 inchers, and that's because, you know, they're trying to save on money. I totally get it. I do the same thing. I like to buy plants in quarts because I can buy a whole bunch of them, and that just saves me tons of money. So I will also make all of these plants available once they're ready. I will make them available online. I do still have a lot of plants available that you guys can purchase. They're all 1-gallon plants at this moment. I don't have any quarts or 3 inchers. I will have a lot of vegetables and herbs in the spring ready to sell also online. But for now, we're gonna work on this section right here. I kind of want to clean this area before winter comes. I don't want it to look like this, because when plant material just sits there, it's going to start to decay, provide soil for seeds to start germinating in, and I want this area to just stay very clean. I don't want a lot of work trying to weed this area. So I'm going to clean this, and then I'm going to get a leaf blower, possibly a broom, just to sweep things up so that plant debris does not gather in here. I do have a few plants over here that are mine that I will be also planting, like this thyme. Oh no, this is mountain mint right here. I have some motherwort for my medicinal area, some clematis. We will be planting these, but for now, let's work on this area and get it all cleaned up. Yesterday I came here and I took a bunch of plants out of here and dumped them in an area in the hopes that they will have some seeds on them, and they will drop those seeds in the area and grow some beautiful annuals next season, so I don't have to put that much work into it. This right here was the coleus, the purple dragon coleus. I thought it was gorgeous, but again, just the customers that I have at this point are really not interested in annuals. Very few of them are, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe next season it might be different. We'll see. But for this season, I just have seen that it's not the case. We'll see. I'm still going to plant some annuals, but not as much as I have done this season, because I want to save up on space on my indoor lights so that I can grow the plants that I know my customers are going to love. I'm definitely going to plant some annuals for myself, because especially the driveway was so beautiful this season with petunias all along the driveway, and I don't want to repeat the same thing. I do want to create some inspiration so that when people come here, they will get inspired and they're going to want to inquire about the plants. And of course, you know, just thinking from a business mindset, this is going to drive more sales. It's kind of like marketing. And of course, this makes me personally happy. I love just to see the area looking beautiful, and it gives me a reason, especially in doing it. I'm saving all of these pots. They're pretty clean. There's no signs of insects or anything of the sort. So I will be reusing these next season for all the perennials. So anything that I'm going to be selling online, I'm going to do in the quarts just for the beginning of the season. Of course, they can't last too long in these. Eventually, I'm going to have to pot them up into bigger containers. This right here is lamb's ear and some lemon balm. I'm going to plant a couple more lemon balm in my medicinal garden, because the one that I have right now is being buried by this really big plant comfrey, I would want to be able to access it. And this sweet alyssum is just so beautiful. I love the color on this plant. I don't know if you guys can see it. You know what? Let me get you closer. I mean, look how beautiful this plant is. I just love it so much. These will continue to bloom all throughout the fall until we have a really hard frost. This is why I love alyssum so much, because they just bloom from spring all the way until almost winter. And we've already had a frost. We got 31, maybe less, I think 30 degrees. When I woke up in the morning, it was 31 degrees on October 10th. Kind of caught me off guard. These cups right here, I'm not sure if I want to keep them. For now, I am putting them away, but I did get some 3-inch pots and I already have some. In case if I need more, I will use these. But these were such a pain to place in here because the ground isn't really flat. It's not level, I should say. It's flat, but it's not level. So all these with the pots with the narrow bottoms were just kind of tipping over, and it was such a pain keeping them alive and keeping them watered, especially throughout the hottest part of the summer. So this is why I want to go with the 3-inchers or 4-inchers just to avoid this problem. If I have to, if I run out of pots, then I will use these. But that is going to be like my last resort. I think we got enough. Let's take these and dump them. Right now I'm standing where I'm going to be tossing the sweet alyssum in here, and you can see this is where I have my soil right here for potting, and then the display section starts right there, and we have that over there. I have this fence because we have deer and they've been coming and eating, so this fence is electrified and it stops the deer from getting in there. I was also having groundhogs and bunnies, and they're all just going after the plants. This season was insane. My vegetable garden, I planted a few vegetables in there and they just all got devoured because I wasn't there to provide protection for the plants. So now ideally this wouldn't be here, but this is the place I have. This is the space I have. I don't have any more space over here. I need the soil to be accessible for me to be able to pot it up. I need it to also be accessible for, you know, a truck to come over here and just dump this. So these tables are going to be moving out of here. They're okay to be here in the fall, but in the spring I will have to move them over because I will have to be getting a new load of soil for potting up. I still have a little bit, but obviously this is not enough. I believe I got 5 yards this season and I almost used all of it up. Overall, I'm just super excited about this season. It was a very successful season. I'm very thankful and super thankful for everyone that has come here to purchase plants from me and just to get to know people, and just it's a beautiful experience and I love it so much. I will, you know, I do want to tell you a little bit about my background. Actually, I went to school for software engineering. I never talk about this. I just feel like it's unnecessary, but I just thought you might want to know a little bit more about me. So after we got married and we had kids, I decided to stay home with the kids because I just couldn't see myself just leaving them for the whole day and possibly working overtime because it is a job that does require a lot of hours. So I ended up homeschooling our kids, and this is a decision that my husband and I came together to do because we just felt like it was best for our family. Do I wish I was back into software engineering. You know, maybe a part of me does, but I think that this is really fulfilling for me. I just love being outside. I love being with plants. There is something about it that just kind of makes you feel fulfilled. It just makes you feel so happy and energetic. I tell you, I would be so exhausted, and I was right now. I thought, no way, I don't have the energy to actually go outside and do work. But once I got here and just felt the air and just nature, you hear the sounds and you get the sunshine hitting on you. Of course, right now it's cloudy, but you just feel so energized and just so happy. And I am very thankful to be able to do this. Maybe in the future I will do something with software engineering, but that does not mean that I will be quitting this. Maybe as my kids get older, I might want to go back to it. I don't know. But this right here just makes me super happy. Am I recording? Yes, I am. It makes me super happy. So I encourage everyone to just go outside and plant, because if you are struggling with something, whether mentally or physically, it is going to make you feel so much better. I have talked about this in the previous video. I am, if you stayed for the end of the video, I am facing some health issues. I finally figured out what's going on for the most part. There's one thing I haven't. I will talk about it later in the video, but I can tell you that without this, I probably would not have felt as good as I do right now. This has given me just kind of an outlet to feel better, to get healthier. I'm outside where I get a lot of the nutrients from the sunlight, you know, and just gives me good mental clarity and mental health through this time that, you know, what I was going through. Still am, but I'm getting better. Anyways, so I don't know why I went to this. I just felt like I need to talk about this. And if you or someone you know is struggling physically or mentally, maybe just encourage them to go outside. Maybe if you don't have a garden, try to find a community garden and go out there and garden. I know we're coming on to winter, but this will give you some time to think about it and maybe grow something inside if you are able to. Get some grow lights, or maybe if you have a windowsill that receives enough sunlight, you know, do something with the plants, because I believe that the green color when we go outside, when we see nature, that is really beneficial to our soul and to our eyes, and just helps us tremendously. Anyways, so let's go ahead and toss these, what are they called? Sweet alyssum over here in this area so that we can hopefully have something pretty grow in here. The cart is empty and everything is now in this area. The hope is some of them will seed in here and provide some beautiful plants hopefully next season. I also did try this right here. I read online somewhere that supposedly this is what people who have orchards do to keep the deer away. Basically put in a bent fence, a 4-foot bent fence like this outward, and to stop the deer, but that obviously didn't work. They were just coming in and snacking over here on the snack bar or salad bar. So that did not work out. Let's take a look right now over to on that section. Oh, this is looking beautiful. This is the autumn brilliance serviceberry. I didn't even notice it until now. Look at these leaves. Oh, it's just gorgeous. I hope you guys can see it. We've done quite a bit. We still have a lot to do, but we made a big improvement, I would think. You know, in 2 days, I just did a lot right there. It's a few days later, and I want to show you how the nursery in the grower area looks like. Doesn't it look so much better? It's so much cleaner. There is a little bit of cleanup still I need to do, like the dahlias I need to take into the garage, but I'm waiting for them to go into full dormancy before I move them. We've had a couple frosts so far, and some of them still have some green leaves on them. They're, you know, barely still there, but I want them to be completely dormant before I put them away. And there are a few perennials in this one right here that I will need to plant. I totally forgot about those. These are some Veronica. On this side over here, I also have some dahlias that will need to be put away. But I also have some plants that I will need to put in my medicinal garden. I do have right here a couple of the motherwort, and we are deep in October. We're almost in November at this point. I have 2 of these, so we're still going to be planting. Plants can still go in the ground. As long as the ground is not frozen, plants can go in the ground. So we got 2 of these motherwort, and we have a mountain mint right here. I do want to plant a couple more of the lemon balm. So let's go ahead and take these plants over to the medicinal garden, which I'm going to give you a full warning. That area has been totally neglected this season just because I haven't been feeling good. But I did a little bit of cleanup on the medicinal garden. The cottage garden is just gone wild. And I have other plans for it anyways. I've just made up, I think I made up my mind on what I'm going to have it be like. There might be some changes, still debating on that, but yeah, we'll see. I'll take you along as things progress. But for now, let's go ahead and take the medicinal plants and go ahead and plant them in our medicinal garden. I have already given you the full warning. Yeah, things aren't looking that good in here, although the asparagus looks beautiful. I just love the color. Look at that. That golden yellow. It's gorgeous. Anyways, in life we have some good seasons and some bad seasons, and this was one of my bad seasons for sure. Oh my goodness. It's crazy roots. It's so root bound. It's several days after I had a migraine this whole morning. I was feeling pretty terrible. I just caved in and took some Advil because I kind of wanted to have somewhat of a good day. I still have a little bit of a headache, but it's tolerable and I can actually function. I've already started on the process of taking the plants over to the grow area. We're just going to continue doing that. After that, I'll talk to you about how we are going to protect them in the winter to make sure that they're going to stay alive for the rest of the winter, because we are in zone 5B, 6A. I really think we are in zone 5B. Last year we got minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Over here, that's not 6A, just saying. After we do that, I am going to give you a little bit of an update on my health for those of you who stayed last video. So if you want to stay for that, you are welcome to. If not, that's totally fine. Also, something really exciting happened today. We got a shipment of evergreen trees for our long border between us and our neighbors. So that's super exciting. I can't wait to get into that and start planting. But for now, let's go ahead and move this out of here. But before we do that, I just want to give you a quick kind of update on our thought process for this area. Let me flip the camera around and show you what's going to happen so that we can move forward with our project. This area has served us really well this season for being a display area. However, I have noticed, a problem with the parking over here. We have enough space, but it's just not enough. If we have like a couple cars over here and they're backing up, it just kind of feels a little bit tight. So one thing I want to do, hopefully, I can do this fall is move this lilac so we have a little bit more space over here. This whole area is going to be transformed into our parking spot over here. This is where we want people to park. Originally, that was the idea. And then if we turn around over here, I want to create an opening over here, a doorway where people can walk in. That area that is now our grow area is going to be transformed into our display area. And now if I take you back to the back garden over there, I'm going to show you. I also got the nursery pots over here. I still need to open them up and inspect them. And in this area over here, my thought process has completely changed on this. Originally, I intended this to be kind of a patio. The wind has blown all of these. I need to come and pick them up over here today. We have been putting a pool for our kids here to play with in the summer. But this season, my kids barely used it. So because of that, we are going to transform this area into the grow area. Eventually, there will be a greenhouse going in here. So this honeysuckle that I failed to stake properly is going to be moving out of here. I actually do have an arbor that my husband got me as a Christmas gift, or I should have said I got myself as a Christmas I got it for myself. I picked it out and I told him what I want, and he obliged, and I bought it. So that was my Christmas gift from last year. Still haven't installed it, so that is not going to be going in here. It's going to be going somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure where yet, because I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of changes in the garden because of the changes in plants over here. But anyways, so our grow area is going to be over here. We're going to be eventually, I'm not sure, depending on how the business does, we're going to be eventually installing a greenhouse in this area right here. And I will have a little bit of extra space around it for things that need to stay outside of a greenhouse, like for example, maybe perhaps trees or things like that can handle the cold weather. And people won't be able to come in here, even though there is a door right here behind me. This is for me to access this area, not for the people coming in here. So I think that's going to work out a lot better if we do that. Let me take you over here. We've had a lot of wind. We've been having a shift in the weather over here, so everything has blown out of here. And I started to put the plants over here in this section, and I'm kind of stacking them right next to each other. I also potted up a few arborvitaes, green giant arborvitaes that I took cuttings from, some golden mop cypress, a whole bunch of stuff like that. I have been trying to take some cuttings from the junipers so far. I haven't been successful. We'll see how that works. Hopefully this year I can be successful. So this is where all the plants are going to be wintered over. But the plan for the rest of this area is that we're going to be moving the chickens out of here, removing the chicken coop, placing the chickens in the back over there behind the vegetable garden that is now a total disaster. In this area over here where this little mini chicken coop is going to be, they're coming because they think I got food for them. Sorry, I don't have anything. They're so cute. So this right here, we want it to kind of be an area where we can dump soil for the nursery, our potting soil. This is where we want it to be. I think, so if we move the coop out of here, you can see kind of it's taking some real estate from here. So this way a truck can back up in here and dump the soil over here. I think that's going to be a pretty good plan. So let's go ahead and start bringing those plants over to the grow area. And just for reference, if you're wondering where we are at on time, today is November 2nd. Sometimes we do get snow in November, so I want to hurry up and finish this project before snow comes. I have a feeling we're probably going to get a snow later this fall. We'll see. It's probably going to be like around Christmas time. I might be wrong, but I hope I'm not because I have a lot of projects I need to finish. I think I made a good dent in here. I've emptied a lot of sections. Look at that section right there. It's almost empty. Almost. It takes quite a bit to take all these over to that area because this little cart can only carry 15 plants at one time. And this is how much I have filled up out of this area so far. I still have some space right there, but all these plants that are in here are plants that are hardy to zone 5. Some of them, a few of them are hardy down to zone 6, but the idea is to have this wooden structure right here to provide a little bit of insulation, keep them all snug together, prevent the wind from toppling them over. But this is not the only thing that I'm doing to protect these in the winter. Once all the foliage dies back on these, so we're gonna have, after we have a few hard frosts, then the foliage is gonna start to die back. Once it's completely died back, I'm gonna use a frost cover, layer in maybe 2 or 3 layers to put it directly over the plants. That's going to provide some warmth for the plants, and then I'm going to secure it with some rocks or something heavy just to prevent the wind from blowing it away, because as you see, the wind is constantly just blowing stuff around our property. We get really high winds over here. I think I'm going to stop for today though. It took a lot of effort to get these plants over here. As I have mentioned, I can only fit 15 plants on that little cart. So you can only imagine how many trips I have taken to fill this over here. I think if I just do a little bit every day, I'll be able to finish this up in just a few days. So now I am going to give you, let me stand over here. So for those of you who have watched my previous video, I told you why I haven't been showing up on YouTube for a while, and today I'm going to give you just a little bit of an update. So if you want to stay for that, you can go ahead and stay. If not, you can go ahead and leave right now. And for those of you who did stick around, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of this video. So just let me go ahead and quickly give you an update of what's happening with my health. Basically, I have just with all the tests that we have ran, I have several main things that are wrong in my body, but I am getting better. One of them is I have super high yeast in my gut, which is basically candida. I have gut imbalance, microbiome imbalance. I also, my gallbladder is functioning at 2%. Basically, it's not functioning. I have seen a gastroenterologist, I think that's how you pronounce it, and they said just keep doing what you're doing. I told them I don't want to do a surgery. If I can, I would rather not. I have been on a keto diet for the past month, I think, and I have been feeling a lot better. I've been eating a lot of, dandelion greens, beet greens, and all the things that will hopefully activate my gallbladder. Is basically gallbladder dyskinesis. This is what they call it. And there was something else that they found. I don't think I'm ready to talk about that yet, and hopefully this is just something that's passing and nothing serious. But anyways, all of this is getting better. I did take some medication for the candida just to help to kill the yeast. The yeast level that I've had is super high. It's like almost off scale, basically. So the diet that I'm on is helping a lot. I've had, if you've had candida before or any issues with gallbladder, you experience a lot of bloating and indigestion and all sorts of things. And all of that is just getting a lot better on the diet that I'm on. So if you are struggling, you or someone else struggling with this kind of stuff, maybe this part of the video would be helpful to you. I normally don't like to talk about that stuff, but because I haven't been on YouTube for a long time, I thought I'd just kind of clue you in of why I haven't been on. Also, I do have super high anemia, or super low anemia, I should say, because my gut isn't able to absorb any of the nutrients because of the yeast and the gut microbiome imbalance. So I've been also on a lot of vitamins and things to help the gallbladder, like a lot of pills like Liviplex and Tedka and I think one of them is by Dr. Berg. It's something, it's kind of like bile salts, but it has other stuff in it that I've been taking also, and it's been helping a lot. And I do notice that when I do like not follow the regimens that I should on my diet, then I do experience some pain on my right upper quadrant, which is like where the gallbladder is located. So I'm just trying to be diligent. It's I love fruits, and I can't have any fruits right now. This is super difficult for me. But in a year or two, I'll be able to, hopefully, after all this is passed. So I want to thank any of you who are praying, who have been praying for me, and please do continue to pray. I would really, really like to avoid having my gallbladder removed. I think if I can just, by the grace of God and by, you know, following the diet that I'm doing, if I am able to, you know, get it to function again, that would be wonderful. I just turned 40 this year, so I kind of wonder, like, does this have anything to do with perimenopause or anything of the sort? Are my hormones kind of the reason for causing my gallbladder to just not function? Because I have eaten a pretty healthy diet my entire life. You know, just like anyone, every now and then I do like to kind of eat junk food. I think it's just normal human behavior. I've never really liked sweets, so I never ate a ton of desserts and all that stuff. So I don't know, it's just kind of a weird thing. And anyways, so thank you for staying to the end of this video. And again, if you are praying for me, thank you. And I do ask you to please continue to pray. All right, I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.